I think they're itching to get underway.
I'm hoping the weather improves by Saturday. Paul, thank you. Now, Royal Bank of Scotland is facing claims it deliberately ruined small businesses in order to boost its own profits. One business owner has been talking to us about his experiences with RBS's turnaround division, GRG.
The business went into GRG, and again, I was forced to take out and do a report which cost me more money out of my own pocket for GRG. And then the company was put into administration.
Let's talk now to Fraser Whitehead, who's head of group litigation at Slater and Gordon Lawyers. He's in central London for us this afternoon. Fraser Whitehead, good afternoon to you. This report alleges that RBS drove firms to collapse in order to buy their assets back at knockdown prices. I mean, if true, that's pretty shocking, isn't it?
Good afternoon to you. Yes, it would be very shocking, and certainly it does appear to be substance in this story. We've got a number of clients who've had very similar experiences to the one you've just heard. They've got into difficulty very often as a result of the bank redefining their loan-to-value ratios in their business borrowing, and then they're finding they're hit with very high accountancy charges, very high bank charges, special business terms are put into them, their properties are revalued by the bank's own valuers, what they consider to be growth undervaluations, and then they're sold off. And their prime assets, they find a few months later, are being sold off again at a much higher value than the business got for them. Something has gone seriously wrong. Well,
RBS has hired a law firm to try to investigate these allegations. The Business Secretary has also sent the report to city regulators as well. Are you satisfied that we will get to the bottom of this?
No, I'm not, if that's what's going to happen. What we need here is a true independent investigation. We need law firms either outside the banking industry or, better still, a watchdog of some kind not associated with the banking industry that can come in and have a good, clean, hard look at what's been going on. We've had for too many years now problems with our banking industry in the UK. Someone at some point has got to clean up this industry and regain the respect we have in the world economy, or we used to have in the world economy. That's not going to be done by the bank and the bank's lawyers looking at this. This needs an independent view.
Well, yes, and presumably to look at not just RBS, but to look at other banks and see what's going on generally.
Absolutely, certainly. I can say with utter confidence the RBS and Lloyds are not the only banks where there are serious questions to be asked about their special services that they put these businesses into. The pattern is repeated everywhere. The business is undervalued. The properties are undervalued. The business gets into an even bigger problem. Jobs are lost. Opportunities are lost. We have a case of a client who was an award-winning architect working on a regeneration project in East Anglia. He found himself in difficulty with the bank. They put him into this regime. His property had to be sold. He lost his home. He's ruined. And the property and the regeneration project have fallen away. The property was sold at a huge loss. It's now inhabited by drug addicts. We have many stories like that.
Well,
this is our economy that's being ruined here.
So you say there's anecdotal evidence. I mean, how tough is it to determine what's going on when businesses are always going to say that they may be struggling, but they are viable, and banks do need to look after their bottom line as well, don't they? They can't keep pumping money in.
Unquestionably, we absolutely respect that the banks have a right to take steps to protect themselves from risk. The problem is that they are very often appearing to change the rules. One minute the business is healthy, the next minute the business is not healthy, and the bank are charging it very much higher levels of fees. Its accountants are charging fees. The result of this is not that the business gets better, but it becomes even more financially unstable. That doesn't seem to be the right way to go about curing this problem. There's a lack of independence in this review system. The accountants and the valuers are appointed, as far as we can see, without any fair tender. They don't appear to be on a proper pricing basis. There are suspicions about the way this thing operates. It needs to be independent. It needs to be fair.
OK, well, Fraser Whitehead, still a lot of questions to be answered. We will find out more in the weeks and months ahead, I'm sure. Thank you very much indeed for talking to us.
Thank you.
You're watching Sky News. Do stay with us.